about you, my friend, and I tell you all about it, Venus. Man, what the heck, dude? Okay, look, YouTube. I was preparing for tomorrow's event. Like, I had a trailer I was literally creating and stuff like that for a huge event that's going on tomorrow that's got to do with the Age of Ultron. But y'all gonna see that trailer slash announcement really soon. But to be quite honest with y'all, I am a huge Vampire Diaries fan and originals fan. I've watched it from season 1 all the way up until this point now. Have all the box sets minus season 6 that's out currently right now. The thing about season 5 is I felt like it was kind of going downhill as a series, to be quite honest with y'all. Like, I was like, they're kind of being repetitive, but then towards the end, when they killed Damon off and they had Bonnie and Damon dying together, but even in the concept of, like, basically Stefan had died initially, and it was Damon's obligation. He was so angry with Bonnie, and everybody else was like, how are we going to bring my brother back no matter what it takes? And so they decided they were going to try to get away to the other side, and they met all these different kind of people on the other side, and they eventually got Stefan back, and they got Lark back. But then, like, Damon and going back in to sacrifice for his brother, like, he never got back. And then basically because Bonnie was connected to the other side, she couldn't come back because she was the vessel. So they both were stuck in there, and I was like, man, okay, that's it. What more can they do with the series? But then they had the dynamic between Bonnie and Damon, and I thought that was such a special bond, and I really shipped their friendship, relationship, whatever it's going to be of it, because honestly, like, in this season I've seen Bonnie grow exponentially. Like, she is a tough cookie, but she's gone through so much, and I've always wanted to see what it would look like the aftermath of her going and losing her grandmother, losing her mom to vampirism, losing her dad to Silas, and all these different kind of things. And now she was stuck on the other side with the one person she didn't expect, but they became bonded friends, and Damon did everything he could to try to get her out once he was able to get out. And I thought the whole concept of the whole season was freaking awesome. I really liked it this season. Different things, even with Kai, like, being a brand new villain, I was like, man, he brings a whole nother level. Kind of like that kind of Klaus kind of feel versus having Stefan be a different person other than, like, Ripper Stefan, because they came so convoluted between Silas and Stefan and all this kind of stuff. And I thought that they were all doing great acting. Even like Nina, I thought that she was doing great acting. But this episode here, that mess just shut me down, y'all. Like, because you got Joe and you got Liv and you had, I forgot the other brother of Liv, but Liv, her brother, and Joe, they had basically a coven. They were all part of a coven, and because of that coven, like, they also had Kai. Kai was the exception that he tried to kill off the whole line, and he's basically successful in killing Liv's brother, and he started developing a soul. But then when I realized that what Bonnie was doing to set him up was leaving him on the other side, I was like, y'all do not remember who this man is. Like, he was deadly and he cared about nothing. And so for them to leave him over there and him to witness what was going on, I was like, he's gonna get his revenge. And then the fact was, I realized that those vampires weren't eating him to kill him. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. But what shocked me, and this is full spoilers, by the way, I'm not gonna go with a non-spoiler review. I'm not gonna probably review any more episodes, but I have to talk about the fact that I had grown to care about Joe, not just because she is with Alaric, and I was like really rooting for Alaric to have some peace, because I mean, every person he's ever loved, every single person he's ever loved has died on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, flip, like, Elena's, like, aunt, all these different other people that have been in his life, they've all basically met their end. And I mean, it was only one exception. I think that was the daughter, because she left him. But I mean, he lost his original wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, Alaric has gone through hell and back. You know what I'm saying? He became human again, And at the wedding, and like, I was noticing, I was seeing people. It blew me the fact that I was like, dumbfounded as who it was. I was like, this isn't Catherine. I was like, but I'm not piecing it together because once Bonnie and Matt, they went with their stupid selves trying to go and take Stefan and Damon's mother back. I was like y'all need to leave this crazy woman alone. She is a vampire that can do magic. Like, that's the exception of the rule. That's worse than a hybrid. It was basically a hybrid, essentially. And I was like, okay, you need to watch your back. So once I found out what was going on, I was like, wait, who is crushing these folks next? I was like, I could literally see Matt have his neck crushed. And I didn't account to it being Kai. I never would have even dreamed it would have been Kai. But then when I was realizing, I was like, one of his deepest tricks is to be there without really being there. And when I was looking at basically Joe was kind of like having like small pains ahead of time because she was kind of like, she was dealing with more motion sickness, and at the same time like she had twins, and like it was such a build off because they threw me off with the stuff that was going on with Damon, because Damon was trying to assess whether he wanted to be human or not, and Elena just got the cure, and I thought the whole push that Stefan was doing on Damon was unnecessary. Justified, but unnecessary, you know? I've seen Damon do some cruel stuff, but that was jacked up. And then Elena pushing to do that, I was like, I understand what your motivation is, but I was like, dang, this is jacked up. But I see where it brought him to, because Damon's a lot tougher than that. And when he finally came to realization, like, he could live with it, you know? He kind of saw this old couple kissing and stuff like that. He could live with it. I was like, wow, this is some real revelations going on. Only thing I didn't like was with Caroline and Stefan. I was like, man, look, stop drawing this out. Life is too freaking short. Like, to all realness, you waiting on what, Caroline? Like, you just in denial because you feel as though you feel guilt. But one thing to counteract guilt is love and reciprocation of that and friendship. And that's what she needs. She needs her best friend. Even though sometimes you can't cross that line again, like, they're living forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. But the whole thing that threw me is the fact that Alaric said his vows, and such beautiful vows, and Joe is getting choked up. I would never would have guessed that I would look down and I was like, what is wrong with her? Like, I could tell like somebody was doing something to her, but then she started bleeding from her belly, and I was like, what is going on, bruh? And then I was like, oh my gosh, like she's dying, and the kids are dying with her, and she just falls to the ground, and Lark is crippled. He is crippled, bruh, and I was crippled too for him. And then to look up, it's this motherfucker. Oh my gosh. Kai, I'll never forget the name, bruh. I've seen Clouds do some jacked up stuff, but to kill somebody that has twins and to stab them in the stomach, even though, he did this to all his kin. He's done this to all his kids. He even left a mark right where, she had basically saying stab wound, but the fact that she had kids and he would stab her in that, it's just wrong, bro. The only reason why I'm talking about this is because I need to vent it out. I don't have anybody to talk to. Joe's gone, and one of my best friends, Rod, North Carolina, I can't get up with him. I need to talk to somebody about this. And it's just so messed up. And then the fact that Kai is so powerful. And I don't even know where he's getting all his output of energy, but he goes and he shuts everybody on their knees. Just from normally what a normal wizard can do, they can pop the blood vessels and press his brain and just bring them down. This dude takes everybody out and then shatters the glass everywhere. And so I'm looking at Elena on the ground, I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. You know he did not kill two birds with one stone. He already kind of left Bonnie there to die, but I was like, no, I couldn't believe that. So then they showed the preview for the joint, and they saying say goodbye, and I know Nina was leaving. I knew she was leaving. But I never would have dreamed they would do it like this. I was like, look, compel her to leave and have her own life. Go have her marry Matt. Or freaking let at least Alaric get married and stuff like that. I never would have dreamed that they would kill Joe like that. Like, it's so jacked up. But at the same time, I'll never forget this season. Like, I'll never forget this season. I'll never forget that moment. That's like a freaking Game of Thrones moment. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's how Vampire Diaries was. I mean, the first 3 seasons, there was some jacked up stuff that would go down, you know? And because everybody is trying to get into the new swing of these relationships and dynamics and character development, taking characters and mixing them together and see where they go, it's been some really good stuff. I mean, especially with Bonnie and Damon, I thought that was amazing. And then especially even with Stefan and Caroline, the build up until the midway of the season when she kind of turned off humanity, I thought it was really well executed. Even with Matt coming to his own, to a fault, I mean, now he's kind of being stagnant. And then even with Tyler, they've just wasted his character. There's some good subtle nudges. I mean, this episode alone, like, I guess tops the season for me. I just didn't expect it. I really didn't. I've been enjoying originals. And Klaus did some jacked up stuff this season. But anyway, man, I just had to vent it. I'm saddened. And at the same time, looking at the next episode where basically Elena is dying from this, man, this is going to be some hurtful joint, man. At any rate, this is SCL0320. I just had to vent that out. Hopefully y'all enjoy my review for this episode. I give the episode a 9 out of 10, definitely. I leave the extra 10 points out, or extra 1 point out, because it's just so jacked up, man. That's messed up, bro. I didn't expect that. At any rate, yeah, I don't even remember that name of this episode, but hopefully y'all enjoy my review. If you have any comments or y'all want to vent, please vent in the comment section below. I definitely want to talk to somebody about it. And y'all, have a great night, and stay tuned for the next episode next Thursday. Later, everybody. Oh, jeez.